Hey, Falcons fans! What I'm about to tell you is going to blow your mind. You know what's happening right now in Flowery Branch? Pure magic, baby. While everyone's been focused on the drama, the quarterback situation, the playoff push, there's something massive brewing underneath the surface that nobody's talking about. I've got the receipts. I've got the numbers. And trust me, what I'm about to reveal is going to make you jump out of your seat. The Falcons just did something that nobody saw coming. We're talking about a complete transformation happening right before our eyes, and the national media? They're sleeping on it. They have no idea what's building in Atlanta right now. This isn't just about one player. This isn't about one game. This is about a movement that's taking over our defense, and when I show you these numbers, you're gonna understand why I'm saying this could change everything for this franchise. Stay with me, because what's coming next is going to redefine how you see this team's future. But first, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, don't wait another second. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications right now. Only 1% of viewers actually subscribe. Be part of the elite of Falcons Nation. It's a quick action that makes a massive difference. Don't get left behind on this revolution. Let's go together. Here's what's actually happening in Atlanta, and I need you to pay close attention to this. The Falcons have 22 sacks in their last 4 games. 22! Do you understand what that means? That's not just good, that's elite level production. But here's where it gets insane. We're not talking about expensive veteran free agents carrying this load. We're not talking about some aging superstar having a renaissance season. We're talking about kids, baby. Players under 24 years old accounting for 14 of those 22 sacks. More than half of this incredible production is coming from the youngest guys on the roster. The Falcons' defensive front is suddenly wrecking games. They're flipping expectations. They're making offensive coordinators around the league lose sleep at night. Through 11 games, Atlanta sits third in the entire NFL with 39 sacks. Let me put that in perspective for you. The Falcons have only reached this total through a full season twice in the last decade. And we still have 6 games to go. If they maintain their current pace of 3.5 sacks per game, they're projected to finish with around 60 sacks and shatter the franchise record of 55. We're talking about history being made right now. Now, let me break down how this is happening, because this is where it gets really interesting. Defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich came in with a vision. He said this would be an aggressive defense, and he delivered. The Falcons have been sending blitzes on over 40% of dropbacks this season, the second highest mark in the entire NFL. But here's the crazy part that proves what we're building is real and sustainable. In weeks 11 and 12, something incredible happened. The Falcons started dropping their blitz rate significantly. Against the Saints last Sunday, they blitzed on just 15.7% of dropbacks. That's about 2.5 times less than their normal rate. And you know what happened? They still recorded 5 sacks and their most pressures of the season with 20. They did this with 4-man rushes. Head coach Raheem Morris said it perfectly. It's important to not have to blitz as much to get pressure with our front 4. To watch those guys get the pressure, the amount of sacks they were getting home with just the front 4 rushing, that was great. This is huge. This means the Falcons are developing a sustainable pass rush that doesn't rely on risky all-out blitzes. They're winning with fundamental football, with talent, with development. Let me introduce you to the future of this franchise. Jalen Walker, Georgia product, picked 15th overall. This kid has been unstoppable. 5 sacks leading all rookies in the NFL. And get this, he started behind the curve due to minor injuries in training camp. Imagine what he'll do with a full healthy offseason. For sacks in his last 4 games alone. 2 forced fumbles. This isn't a flash in the pan, this is a star being born right before our eyes. James Pierce Jr., remember that blockbuster draft night trade where we sent our 2026 first rounder to move back into round 1? This is why. From day one, coaches and teammates were raving about this guy. 3 sacks and a forced fumble in his last 3 games. He leads all rookies in pressure rate. The kid is living in opposing backfields. Xavier Watts, Notre Dame safety, and here's the sneaky genius part of that same trade. The Falcons also snagged a 2025 third-rounder, and they used it on Watts. Day one starter next to Jesse Bates 3 interceptions leading all rookies. Now check out this insane stat line. Pick 1, Walker, leads all rookies in sacks. Pick 2, Pierce, leads all rookies in pressure rate. Pick 3, Watts, leads all rookies in interceptions. Are you kidding me? That's not good drafting, that's legendary drafting. But wait, it gets better. Brendan Dorless, this kid leads the entire team with 6 sacks. A young defensive lineman who's been absolutely dominant. Zach Harrison, despite battling injuries all season, he's still third on the team with 4.5 sacks. Imagine when he's fully healthy. Rooker Herrero adding another 2.5 sacks to the mix. All 5 of these core players are under 24 years old. This isn't about one player having a career year. This is about an entire generation of talent taking over. James Pierce said it best. We all are just trying to win and figure it out together. I just have to keep learning how I can add to the team and help those guys help me. That's the mentality. That's team culture. These young guys aren't worried about individual stats. They're building something special together. Let me paint you a picture of what's really happening here. This defensive unit has been near the bottom of the league since 2017. That's 8 years of frustration. 8 years of watching opposing quarterbacks sit comfortably in the pocket. 8 years of wondering when Atlanta would find an identity on defense. Now, everything's different. For the first time in forever, the Falcons aren't guessing about their defensive identity. The foundation is laid. The blueprint is clear. The production isn't a projection anymore, it's on tape. Game after game, these young studs are proving they're not just the future, they're the present. Against the Saints, when the Falcons went to predominantly 4-man rushes, they generated their most pressures of the season. That's development. That's coaching. That's talent coming together. The strides this unit has been taking become more apparent every single week. There's genuine hope that this young group could be the focal point of a defensive renaissance in Atlanta. Now let me tell you what this all means for the Falcons moving forward. Terry Fontenot is facing serious questions about his future as GM. 5 straight losing seasons, still searching for quarterback answers, those are facts. But here's what else is a fact. This draft class might have saved the defense for the next decade. When Fontenot sits down with Arthur Blank for that inevitable tense meeting, he's got this to hang his hat on. He can point to these 3 draft picks and say, this is the foundation we're building. The Falcons have found their defensive identity. They've got playmakers at every level. They've got young talent that's only going to get better. Think about this, most of these guys are rookies or second-year players. They haven't even scratched the surface of their potential. Imagine Walker with a full off-season program. Imagine Pierce with another year of NFL coaching. Imagine Harrison fully healthy. Imagine what happens when these guys hit their prime. The scary thing for the rest of the NFC South? This defense is only going to get more dangerous. Let me put this in perspective across the NFL. While teams are paying massive contracts to veteran pass rushers, the Falcons are getting elite production on rookie deals. That's financial flexibility. That's CAP space. That's the ability to build around these guys. The formula is right there. Invest in young defensive talent, develop them properly, let them grow together. That's how you build sustained success. Look at teams like San Francisco, Baltimore, Dallas. When they were dominant, they all had young, hungry defenses that came up together. That's what's happening in Atlanta right now. The national media hasn't caught on yet, but trust me, they will. When these young Falcons keep showing up in highlight reels week after week, everyone's gonna start asking, how did Atlanta build this? Falcons Nation, here's my bottom line. What we're witnessing in Atlanta is the birth of something special on defense. This isn't hype, this is real, measurable, sustainable production. Walker, Pierce, Watts, Dorless, Harrison, or Aurora, those names are going to be terrorizing NFC South quarterbacks for years to come. The blueprint is clear. The identity is established. The foundation is rock solid. Yeah, there are still questions about the franchise's overall direction. But on defense, the future isn't a question mark anymore, it's an exclamation point. This young defensive core has given Falcons fans something they haven't had in years: genuine hope about what's being built. These aren't just draft picks, these are cornerstones. So while everyone's debating the quarterback situation and arguing about coaching decisions, just remember this: the Falcons just nailed 3 straight draft picks that are all leading rookies in major statistical categories. That's not luck, that's excellence. The defense has arrived, baby. Now it's time for the rest of the team to catch up. Rise up, Falcons Nation. The future on defense is here, and it's bright. Make sure you smash that like button if you're excited about this young defensive core. Subscribe and hit the notification bell because we're bringing you all the Falcons content you need. Drop a comment telling me which one of these young stars you're most excited about. This is your Atlanta Falcons, and the defense is rising. Go Falcons!